What A'ja Wilson just did was unprecedented. I mean, on so many levels. She's arguably, allegedly, the reason Caitlin Clark was assaulted the entire 2024 basketball season in the W. I mean, what A'ja Wilson just did is really like, there's no coming back from this.
What A'ja Wilson just did is unlike anything we've ever seen before, and it's raising some serious questions. It seems like she may have played a bigger role in the drama surrounding Caitlin Clark's 2024 basketball season than anyone realized. A'ja Wilson, who's built her career on being the face of positivity and professionalism, just had her reputation take a major hit, and honestly, it's about time we started to take a hard look at the double standards at play. For months, Wilson maintained the role of the calm, composed veteran, while her fans went to war with Caitlin Clark over the whole Nike signature shoe situation. But now, the truth is out. When A'ja Wilson finally revealed her own Nike signature shoe, it came with a bombshell. She's had a deal in the works for 2 years.
Wilson was oddly silent, but complicit. All right, why was she complicit? Because, well, she knew she was getting a signature shoe for 2 years, and she let Caitlin Clark take all that hate.
While her fans were attacking Caitlin Clark, accusing Nike of disrespect, and painting Caitlin as the rookie who didn't deserve it, A'ja had already secured her own deal. And she stayed silent about it.
A'ja Wilson is her name. Quote, "It doesn't matter what we all do as black women, we're still going to be swept underneath the rug. That's why it boils my blood when people say it's not about race, because it is."
Let's break this down. Why was she silent? Because she knew she had a signature shoe deal in the bag for 2 years, and she let Caitlin Clark take all the heat for it. Social media went wild when Nike announced Caitlin would get her own shoe. People couldn't believe it. How could they give her a shoe before A'ja? But where was A'ja in all of this? Quiet. Calculated. She tweeted a few vague messages about respect, but overall, she let the situation escalate. We can't ignore the fact that A'ja will.
Do you have any ideas what you would want your future sneaker to look like?
I think the biggest thing for me is just I would love a low top shoe. I play in a low top shoe, so that's something that I would love to have carry over, and something that looks good. That's so key to me.
Wilson, a strong voice in sports, has often spoken out about the challenges black women face in the spotlight. She's made it clear that there are systemic obstacles, and she's right. But when the tables were turned, and Caitlin Clark was under fire, where was A'ja's intervention? She remained silent, letting the narrative unfold without stepping in. Imagine if the roles had been reversed, if Caitlin had known she had a deal in the works and let A'ja Wilson take the criticism without clearing the air. The media would have gone into overdrive, and the backlash would have been intense.
And these WNBA fans that did not want to see Caitlin Clark come in and do what she did, which was dominate the league. Led the league in assists as a rookie. After the season, I think I counted she broke something in the neighborhood of 63 records last year. Either rookie records or just flat records by anybody, not even a rookie. And all these fans have been mad. And all the while, A'ja Wilson sat back and was just plenty happy to play the victim. She could have come out and made some kind of a statement that would have called off the dogs. Nah, she didn't do it.
But somehow, when A'ja does the same, it's seen as a sign of humility. Let's be clear, it's not humility, it's manipulation. A'ja Wilson let Caitlin Clark take the heat to gain sympathy, and now the truth is out.
And so for Nike to put her in the position where she then has to go on social media and kind of cool her fans and like urge them to be patient and almost like defend Nike, it's such a disappointment, but it's not a surprise because Nike has done it before.
A'ja Wilson's recent actions have left many people scratching their heads. She had the power to end this whole controversy with just one simple statement, but instead, she let the drama build. Why? Because it benefited her to stay silent. All she needed to say was something like, "My time is coming. Don't worry about me," and the whole narrative would have shifted. The fans would have calmed down, and the attacks would have cooled off. But instead, A'ja chose not to speak up, and in doing so, let her fan base, and, let's be honest, a significant part of the WNBA media, frame Caitlin Clark as the villain, while she played the part of the overlooked underdog. It was all a performance.
How could they give Caitlin a shoe before they give A'ja one? Oh, how could they do this? How could they treat A'ja like this? two-time MVP at the time, this before she even won the damn third one. They is wrong for doing this. You want to...
Now, with her new Nike signature shoe being revealed, all of the accusations against Nike, the "how dare they" cries, are suddenly being re-examined. The real disrespect didn't come from Nike, it came from A'ja Wilson and those around her, who allowed the false narrative to spiral out of control.
You wanna know what I'm selling? I'm selling greatness! A'ja Wilson, 3-time MVP. We got Jordan Childs, we got Juju Watkins, we got Sha'Carri Richardson, and we got Arena Sabalenka.
Champion.
Hustling is not easy, but I love it. Sabrina, I know you want to cheat. Thinking about it? You're thinking about it. They're gonna go fast, kind of like Sha'Carri. I accept card. Where's the card? Come on.
Oh wait, but what's in that box?
These don't come out till March. They may or may not be shirts, but if I tell you, I'm gonna have to kill you. Oh, you want one of these? Nike.com. Who wants a t-shirt?
Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark, who has been a beacon for the league, breaking records and bringing millions of new fans, has had to endure criticism from every direction, on the court, on social media, from players, and even from legends. Through it all, she kept her head down and let her game do the talking. In her rookie year, Caitlin didn't just make an impact, she dominated, leading the league in assists and shattering around 63 records, including both rookie and all-time records. Yet, there was a vocal group of fans who didn't want to see her succeed. A'ja Wilson could have spoken out at any point to clear the air and stop the mob from attacking Caitlin, but she chose silence. That silence sent a message: let Caitlin take the heat. Let the narrative spin.
My favorite thing of all. So let's take a listen to this. Let's take a listen to this. Nike actually put this one out after the fact.
You want to know what I'm selling? Rookie of the year, Caitlin Clark. I know you want a tee.
Okay.
Nike.com.
They re-recorded it. Like, that's not even. I mean that. That's like, listen to it.
And that's what's so frustrating about this whole situation. It's not just about shoes or endorsements, it's about how Caitlin Clark has been treated from day one. For Nike to put her in the position where she had to go on social media and calm down her fans, even defend Nike, is disappointing but sadly not surprising. Nike has done this kind of thing before. Instead of embracing Caitlin as the generational talent she is, she was met with resistance, not because she did anything wrong, but because her success made the league too visible, too quickly. Her impact was undeniable, and rather than celebrating that, some tried to tear her down.
Not looking good for Nike yet again, dog. I don't even know how many videos I'm gonna make today about Nike, but it looked like Nike is definitely the star of the day. All started with the Super Bowl commercial, them snubbing Caitlin, them putting Caitlin in, them fixing the commercial, them dropping A'ja's shoe. Now, come to find out, A'ja Wilson has single-handedly killed the WNBA media credibility forever. Yes, oh my goodness, these women was lying. Oh God almighty. They made such a big deal over Caitlin Clark getting a shoe deal over A'ja.
A'ja Wilson had the opportunity to be the leader, the example, the bridge. She could have set the tone, but she chose to keep the vibes over standing for values. We heard all the complaints about how Caitlin got a shoe before A'ja, despite A'ja being a two-time MVP. But let's not pretend the timing of Nike's Super Bowl ad was a coincidence either. Nike ran a big campaign celebrating female athletes, but somehow, Caitlin Clark was left out.
So Cheryl Swoops made news. Now, she made news last week when she sat up there and was applauding Indiana Fever players, but then forgot to mention Caitlin Clark. She jumped all in my ass because I sat up there and said, hey, how you going to ignore Caitlin Clark? You know what she brings to the table. How you just going to ignore her? That's not an accident. Cheryl Swoops is a champion.
The athlete whose jersey sales broke records, whose games led the league in viewership, and who brought a new audience to the WNBA wasn't even part of the conversation. It almost felt like someone didn't want her to shine just a little bit longer. In the end, what's really being sold here isn't just sneakers, it's greatness. A'ja Wilson, yes, is a fantastic player, but there are other rising stars, too. It's not just about one person, it's about the future of the game, and there's room for everyone.
Backlash on this was quite significant. Everybody was calling out, why are you not marketing your most marketable player? And I cannot disagree, because Nike Why? Your stock is going down. Do you realize that Caitlin Clark's jersey sold out right after she was drafted, with an increase in over 1,000% reported for the Indiana Fever?
Nike really thought they could slip one by us with their last-minute voiceover trick, acting like we wouldn't notice. But fans are smarter than that. We saw it, it wasn't a mistake or some editing glitch, it was intentional. That awkward voiceover was basically Nike's way of saying, we love the revenue Caitlin Clark brings, but let's keep her out of the spotlight. Subtle? Not at all. And it's not just about this one commercial, it's about the bigger picture. Let's break it down. Caitlin Clark is not just another player in the league. She's a game changer, breaking records and drawing NBA-sized crowds. She's the one who's brought a whole new level of excitement to the WNBA, with skyrocketing TV ratings and millions of new fans. But despite that, the league and some of its top players keep treating her like an outsider who just happened to stumble into the spotlight and is now overshadowing everyone else.
The press tour has officially took off running. We got A'ja Wilson talking about, oh, I've been waiting 2 years for this. Wait, 2 years for this? 2 years for this, 2025, 2023, CC's announced in 2024, delayed, not denied in 2024, backlash all 2024. I've been waiting 2 years for this, and then we got Cheryl Swoops, there it is, Swoops, there it is. Cheryl Swoops couldn't help but embarrass herself.
They're quick to cash in on the buzz she's created, but when it comes time to give her the credit she deserves, silence. The WNBA seems more comfortable with her as an afterthought than as the face of the future. And it's not just coming from the front offices, it's coming from the players too. Enter A'ja Wilson. A'ja didn't need to go out of her way to be openly hostile or call out Caitlin Clark. She didn't tweet anything nasty or publicly start a feud. Instead, she stayed quiet, perfectly calculated, while her fanbase took to social media to tear Caitlin down when Caitlin got her Nike deal. Instead of stepping in to stop the madness, A'ja just let it unfold. And while the chaos played out, she quietly watched, taking in all the attention as she played the underdog role.
I've been so lucky to be a part of the Nike basketball family for more than 30 years now. And I love to see how the brand continues to champion women's basketball and athletes who play it. I didn't text A'ja. I didn't call A'ja. I'm talking like you're not here right now.
Let's not forget the news made by legendary player Cheryl Swoops last week, when she applauded players from Indiana but forgot to mention Caitlin Clark, a move that wasn't an accident. This isn't a one-time slip-up. This is about a pattern of treating Caitlin like she doesn't belong, even though her impact on the league is undeniable. Here's the twist, A'ja Wilson already had her Nike shoe deal in the works for 2 years. Yep, while fans were dragging Caitlin Clark over her deal, A'ja had already secured her own spot. She could have ended all the drama with a simple tweet, just saying something like, "My shoe's coming too, no worries."
We say her stats are today, what? 20 points, 8.4 assists, 6 rebounds.
That's crazy.
But 5
That's crazy.
5.6 turnovers.
Hell of a number.
Those are hell of a numbers.
But to me, that's not dominating.
Yeah, it's only not dominating because she's a rookie.
Now, if
she's putting up numbers like A'ja right now, would she be dominating?
Yes.
So it's a